Rushmoor Lakes. Never been here before, so just going to keep it really simple. Silvers only, can't put carp in the keep nets. So today's mix is going to be really simple. Got a bag of super crack roach from Van der Line, and I'm just going to put 6 cups into it. So there's 6 of those. Should be more than enough for today. 1, 2, 6. That's it. And to that, I'm going to add some grilled hemp that I heated up last night, full of goodness. So that's going to go straight in the mix. We'll give it a stir, and it's quite sticky at the moment, and you can see that, but we'll let that dry, set the gear up, and then I'll show you my mix. So this is my bait tray for today. I've got some pinkies, got some worms in there, loads of worms, some old maggots, some fresh maggots. They'll be alright. My ground bait, nice and fine. Now that's mixed up, and some water. Just rinse my hands. On the rig front, got a Colmic Emperor Pro, and to that, got a Colmic Jolly. And that's 1.25 at 3.5 metres. Got an Olivetti down the line to a size 18 barbless F1 Guru hook. On the other 3.5 metre whip, I've got a Hydropesca Rapide float. That's going down to a little bolter shot and 2 number 10s, down to again an 18 hook. This one will be shallowed up, not knowing what's in here. That's 0.5 for up in the water. It's quite deep peg, this peg. It's about 5, probably 5.5 foot, 6 foot deep. On my 4 metre rig whip, same again. This is a 1.5 gram Colmic Jolly. It's quite deep, as you can see. It's got an Olivetti on it. Again, down to an 18 F1 Guru hook, barbless. And then on my pole rig, on my worm, that's going to go out a bit longer. Got a gram float. That's an AS 8, 1 gram float. Bolter number 10s, down to a size 16. So that's got the green 1.6 Drennan elastic in it. Should be good for what I want to catch. Not knowing what's in here, haven't got a clue, as none of us have been here before, so it's a trial out. That's the rest of the lake, all the lads down there. 8 of us out today, so it'll be interesting to see what we catch. So, wait for the whistle and we'll begin. But gonna fish close in on the whip and out about 10 metres, 11 metres on a chop worm line, out in the middle. Supposed to be some chub, roach, rudd, big perch, skimmers. The only thing we're not counting today is carp, because carp are not allowed in keep nets. So let's hope we have a good day and we win. Yep, so starting on a whip after capping in 3 balls right on top of my whip long and where my float's going in, and then also feeding me 11 metre line
with some chopped worm and maggot with a couple of balls of ground baiting on that line. We'll leave that to settle for about an hour. Hopefully some whatever fish are in the lake roll up. But there's supposed to be a lot of roach, rudd, a few skimmers, the odd tench. So hopefully one of those will come along and snap up that chopped worm, and I'll go on it later, and hopefully there'll be some better quality there. But in the meantime, we'll just carry on this whip line and see how we get on. Commotion on the next peg next door with Les, as he nets a big perch. So I've not any quality perch at all, just small perch at the moment, but I'm getting a little dumpy roach, but it's really slow at the moment. I don't know if it's just down this end of the lake or what, but equal to me right, I'll catch him quite well. feeding maggots and this gin clear water is not really working, so I'm just going to mix up a little bit of slop, add some water to my ground bait, and make some sloppy balls with put some pinkies and maggots inside the sloppy ground bait, and hopefully that'll make a difference and start attracting a few more fish in the swim. Yeah, things are not looking too clever. Word around the lake is Dell on peg 14 is catching chub under his overhanging tree to the left of where he's sitting. A fish of between 8 ounces and a pound. There's not a lot we can do when the fish ain't there, so I'm just going to plod along catching these dumpy roach, the odd perch, the odd skimmer. But on my long line, it's just the chopped worm is just not producing any fish at all, which I find bizarre because there's loads of little perch in here and they're just not coming to it. But there is crayfish though, which is proving a bit of a nightmare on that long line. So we'll just carry on catching this and hope he doesn't get too far in front. But things are not looking too clever by the sound of it. water's really gin clear. A loose feeding maggot in the crystal clear water is just not attracting any fish at all. Getting the odd bite and all that, but as soon as I start adding nuggets of ground bait, I start getting a few better roach, and a few little perch. Get the odd skimmer, but it's really slow. But it is having a better effect by throwing a little nuggets of this ground bait in the water. So we carry on, keep throwing nuggets in, see what happens. I don't know why, but the last 2 hours of the match, the whole lake just shuts up shop, and no one can get a fish except Dell underneath his overhanging tree on peg 14, and no one knows why. We did have a bit of a rain shower. Was that the cause of the fish just switching off? I did catch a few roach carried on a whip, but the long pole with the chopped worm failed to catch anything, including little perch, which was bizarre. Was it because it was too far out? We'll never know. Anyway, so that was the end of the match. Obviously, the anglers opposite didn't help. But here are the results from the match.